Right, Forest fans, Max Newton here, giving you a quick review of Nottingham Forest 1, Southampton 0. Come on! That's a great away victory. Really important to get that first away win on the board, first away goal on the board, and takes all the pressure off the next home game. And yeah, I think that's a great result. I was quite concerned that this would be a really difficult game for us because Southampton played really well away at Newcastle and were really unlucky. And everybody counted them really unlucky not to come away with something. But we absolutely bossed them first half, absolutely bossed them. I think that's possibly the best first half of away football we've seen from Forest since being back in the Premier League. We dominated possession, although the stats somehow gave it to them. But what I was watching, we dominated possession, we dominated territory, we dominated touches in the opposition box, we had shots, we had a load of corners. Some of them were great and caused chaos in their box. Some of them were awful and need a bit of work on. I thought it was a brilliant first half, and the only thing it was lacking was a goal. And I was saying to our cop friend Anthony Chester McCabe, who drives a hairdresser's car these days, that we need to make those opportunities and that possession and that pressure count. That's what you've got to do in the Premier League. When you're on top, you've got to get the goals, and we didn't do that. So that was quite a bit of a concern at half time, because you thought Southampton are going to come out and they're going to be better, surely. And I think really disappointed in Southampton. I'd be really disappointed if I was a Southampton fan that that's what they put out for their first home half of Premier League football in front of all the expectant fans and all that sort of stuff. I thought Sangare was excellent first half. I thought the defence were excellent first half. Morgan Gibbs-White excellent throughout. And Callum Hudson-Odoi and Anthony Elanga were really excellent in the first half. And yeah, it's just a shame we didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And Milenkovic had a really good opportunity. It was sharp, but it was an open goal. Sangare had a really good shot. There was a cross from Aina to Woods where it was a decent header, but really we should have made more of that opportunity. Southampton got away with one where Harwood Bellis scored a comical own goal. So look out for them conceding a stupid own goal at some point during the season. So it went in really pleased with the performance, but just concerned that we hadn't scored a goal. Second half was much more even. For about 20 minutes, Southampton came out, had a lot more of the ball, had a lot more possession, started getting some shots. They had corners and, hearts in your mouth every time the opposition team got a corner, but they were no bother at all today. I think Milenkovic just makes a massive difference regarding corners and crosses in that Forest side. But also Southampton they're not a tall side. Their game got stretched, but we got back into the game after about 15-20 minutes in the second half, and started creating chances again, and started to get Elanga on the ball, get Callum Hudson-Odoi on the ball, and Morgan Gibbs-White more and more on the ball. I think Sangare, we got a bit sloppy first 20 minutes of the second half, and I think Murillo was guilty of some sloppy passes. I think Sangare was guilty of some sloppy passes, picking up some silly yellows and so on. It was the goal came from a corner originally, but fantastic tackle on the edge of the box by Nico Williams, absolutely brilliant. Callum Hudson-Odoi showing that real bit of class, got the ball, foot on the ball, had a looked up, lovely cross in. Morgan Gibbs-White brilliantly out jumps the centre half, and then there's a bit of ping pong in the box, falls to him a couple of yards out and smashes it in the back of the net in front of the corner of Forest fans who were brilliant throughout the day. Well played, boys and girls. Absolute bedlam. And then I think you'd expect Southampton to have a real go, but they didn't really cause us any trouble until about the 85th minute, where they managed to get a few runs in that we didn't stop earlier in the run. And there's a couple of crosses that whizzed across the 6-yard line, and Southampton looked dangerous. The game got stretched. I thought we did brilliantly. We still defended really well. Aina's superb defender, and saw it out. I don't know how I don't know where they got 6 minutes from in the first place, and then we played 9 minutes, which is probably not fair because it took about 2.5 minutes before the ball was in play from holding up the board. I thought Anderson played really, really well. I thought Yates played excellent when he came on, really superb. Probably their man and match for Southampton was probably their goalkeeper, who made quite a lot of really good saves. Taiwo came on. I thought looked busy, put himself about, really, really showed his strength, particularly a tussle against Bednarak. So yeah, I think really, really good away win. I think Nuno made good substitutions at the right time. I think bringing Bolly on at the end was also good, and Dominguez. So everybody played really, really well, and fully deserved 3 points after really being robbed of 3 points last week. Ben Brereton Diaz, poor. Tyler Walker-Peters for them I thought was decent. But I think Southampton will struggle. But I think really, really good to go away to Southampton for their first game back in the Premier League and walk away with all 3 points and a really, really good performance. I think gives us a load of confidence for the rest of the season, for the next home games and the away games. I think it was probably we probably played with more freedom in that game than we have any away games since we've been in the Premier League, and that's credit to Nuno. I think Forest fans were singing Nuno's song at the end of the game there, which it's been a while, but I think it's deserved, and I think get behind the manager, get behind the team. Come on, you Reds!